Well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning. I'm a little bit later than normal, but that's okay. I understand the assignment, and the assignment will go forward. Welcome to another edition of Outside the Pulpit with Coach, and we're going to talk about what happened on Thursday, Maundy Thursday of the Holy Week. And the day started off. Jesus sent a few of the disciples go in and find us a place to have our Passover feast. A lot of people don't realize that it's during these Jewish laid out festival times, the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, Feast of the Passover, and they went to prepare. And once they found the building, they come to the house, the home, the building that they're going to have the Passover in. As they're preparing the meal and they're getting ready to sit down to eat, Jesus looked at them and said, "One of y'all going to betray me." Well, then everybody went, "Is it me? Is it me? Is it me?" Because nobody, the rest of them looking at each other. Now they suspect, who is it? Who's going to betray Jesus? Who's going to sell him out? And Judas even asked, he said, "Master, is it I?" Well, see, everyone else called him rabbi, called him teacher. Well, Judas called him master. The devil is in the details. Watch the little things. And Jesus he didn't say who it was going to be, but he said, "Whoever dips in the bowl with me," because he called it the sop. They had a bowl. The unleavened bread was hard and crusty, and about the only way you could eat it, you had to dip it in some gravy or some juice to soften it up, some meat juice. So they dipped it in, and that's how they ate it, broke it up to eat it. But as it rolled on a little bit further on, and they did what we call now communion. He broke the unleavened bread. He told, "This is my body, which will be broken for you." And he broke the bread up. That's what we come into communion. This is my body, which is a big thing of bread. And he broke it up in little pieces. He said, "Take this and eat." And he said, had a cup. They had one cup that they all drank out of. And he said, "This is my blood, which was shed for you." And he said, "Drink ye all of it." So they passed it around. They drank all of it. That is where we get communion from. The last act of his final act with the disciples on the Last Supper. And after they had eaten, he said, I want to go pray. So they all went to go pray with him in the Garden of Gethsemane. But as they left, Judas had already made a deal the day before that he would give Jesus over, and how much it was going to be. It's going to be 30 pieces of silver. And that's where they call the term blood money comes from now. So they go on their way to the Garden of Gethsemane. Judas eases out, from the group and goes and says, "Okay, we're headed to the Garden of Gethsemane." He said, "I will take you where they're going to be." Because Jesus had a place in the garden where he always used to like to go and pray. Well, as they went into the garden, he left a handful of them. He left all but three there. And he took Peter, James, and John with him further on into the garden. And he said, I want y'all to pray with me." See, those were, of all the disciples, Peter, James, and John, they were his inner circle. They were the closest ones to him. So as they began to pray, they fell asleep. And Jesus, I guess he heard them snoring. But he looked back over them, said, "Can you not stay awake for an hour? Pray with me for an hour?" And we don't think about it now, but an hour isn't a long time. It's 60 minutes to pray, just to pray. And he asked them, "Would you not stay awake with me but for an hour?" And they fell on back to sleep. And he went on praying. And there's a spiritual side and a natural side. And his natural side, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me. But nevertheless, your will be done. And Jesus, he prayed and he went on. And when he finished his prayer, he heard them coming. He looked up, he saw the torch bearers. They were coming, the soldiers were coming. And Judas had told him, he said, he who I kiss upon the cheek, that'll be Jesus. So he came up, he approached him, he kissed him on the cheek, and they took him. And then, of course, the disciples at first, there's a little ruckus and everything. The soldiers, they had sticks and swords and staves, that they called them. He said, why do you come at me with swords and staves when you could have taken me at any time? He said, if I wanted to, I could call 12 legions of angels down and we could put a stop to it right now. I don't have to do this. I do this willingly. He said, but in order for the scriptures to be fulfilled, this must take place this way. So he goes, as Jesus goes with them, the disciples scattered. And if you've been reading along with me, he told them, when the time comes that they come to take me, y'all are going to scatter to the wind. And that's when Peter said, oh no, I'll never deny you. And he told you, you'll deny me 3 times before the rooster crows in the morning. And they took Jesus into the leaders, and they had their little trial. And they kept asking him questions. Jesus didn't say a word. Did you do this? He didn't say a mumbling word. That's where the other term comes. The lamb is quiet when they go to the slaughter. And Jesus didn't say a word. He didn't say yea or nay. He just went on just quiet and silently. But that's the way the scripture, the prophecy said it would be. And they took him from place to place to place, trying him. And the last place for him to take them to would be to Pilate. So the Jews did all they were going to do all night long. And they were going to take him to Pilate in the morning. So as it stands right now, Jesus has already been before the Annas and all the religious leaders, all the Jews, the Pharisees, the scribes, all those. He had gone before them at this time. They had false witnesses. They had lies. They had charged him with heresy and all other manners of things. And at this point in time, we're just waiting for him to go to Pilate. And I'll pick up with this in the morning. Y'all go out and enjoy this day. Have a good day. Read along with me. If you have any questions, any comments, put them in the comments. Like and share. Let everybody know what's going on. Love y'all. There ain't a thing you can do about it. I want you to have a good day today. See y'all in the morning.